Hello, guys. Man, what's going on?
Man.
We got ourselves a Defender, a TIE Defender. And it's one of the coolest looking ships that I have ever seen.
It's like an interceptor on steroids.
It's huge. I mean, there's really no front, back, or upside down, aside from like the little orange nozzles there. You wouldn't really know where upside down is, and left side and right side. It's just a massively just...
The question is, in space, is there an up?
There is no up. There is no up in space. But this is amazing. If you guys, I don't know if you can actually see this, but it's literally just the coolest TIE fighter I've ever seen. It's a Defender. What makes it a Defender? More panels? More panels? More shields?
That's just what it's called.
It's called a Defender, and it looks beautiful. Seriously, this ship is the best Imperial ship that I have yet seen. I'll say that. Of the small ships, at least.
It's awesome looking. I mean, yeah, it's good. I picture this whole wing thing just spinning.
I think that's what it does. Didn't we talk about that the other day?
We did. Yeah, it looks like the cockpit stays where it's at, but the wings maybe rotate around, which may explain something in a minute, which is the white 4K turn on the dial. Spoiler alert.
Man.
Putting that out there.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, my
K-turn.
gosh.
It's absurd.
Unbelievable.
Just K-turning for days.
All right, let's talk about this guy. Let's run down the basic stat line. We have the Delta Squadron pilot, which is the one pilot skill version. He's at 30 points, so this is a serious ship.
It's a lot of points for a TIE fighter.
3 attack, 3 agility, 3 hull, 3 shield, 30 points. 3s everywhere on this guy. We have the focus, target lock, and maybe more importantly, barrel roll actions. We also have 2 upgrade slots, the laser upgrade and the missile upgrade. So he's packing some serious heat here. And that seems like a pretty decent deal. 30 points for all 3s and those 2 upgrade slots. 30 points is a lot,
but that is...
This feels like a heavy laser cannon waiting to happen.
Beefy. A beefy ship.
This is a beefy ship. Is this the beefiest TIE fighter we've seen? Surely.
Yeah.
This is a TIE fighter that deals with it by being beefy instead of being maneuverable and sneaky and weird.
Yeah, I mean,
he just takes it. 6 total health.
3s across the board is awesome.
Excellent.
So,
so if you pay 2 points, you can go to 3 pilot skill.
That's something.
That's an Onyx squadron there.
But if you pay 5 more points...
If you pay 5 more points past 32, you're at 37 points, and you're looking at Rexler Brath. Who is a TIE Defender pilot. 8. Wait, we can't get to Rex. He's the 8 guy. Let's go to the 6 guy first.
Uh-oh.
We don't want to spoiler alert.
Back down. How many points did we gain?
6
2
pilot
more points.
skill.
2 points less.
35 points for Colonel Vessery. He gets the elite talent upgrade, as you might imagine. When attacking immediately after you roll attack dice, you may acquire a target lock on the Defender if it already has a red target lock token. If it already has a red target lock.
So if it's already target locked by something. After you roll your attack dice.
Immediately after you roll. Which I feel like is before.
Which means you could use them on those dice.
I feel like you can use the target lock immediately on those dice. That has to be why immediately was mentioned here. Immediately after you roll the attack dice. Don't even look at them. Just
get in the target lock.
Decide.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you can focus. You roll your dice. You gain a target lock. You should be doing a lot of damage if you want.
Yeah, you can reroll the dice. Seems great. But someone else has to have a target lock on the target. So like it's not great. It's good. It's okay.
If you're running a list that does target, like that has a lot of target lock happening.
Yeah. And maybe you save your target lock for a missile next turn. Could be a thing. So Colonel Vessery, I don't know, he's not burning down the house for me, I'll be honest.
Oh man, you know what?
What? Are you gonna make him burn down the house?
Here it is. You target lock to use a missile, and immediately gain a target lock back. To spin on the missile.
Wow. That's excellent. All right, I'm with it.
But
I argue with Zach.
But you would have
legal?
You have to spin the target lock to use the missile, so someone else would still have to have it target locked. But that's still really good.
If they do, it's really solid.
Yeah, being able to spin a target lock on a missile and immediately get a target lock is great.
I have to say, there's plenty of Imperial lists that are passing around target locks like it's Halloween candy. You know what I mean? Have you seen those lists? I think it's the shuttles mainly that do it.
I can see that.
Here,
Here's
have them all.
Yeah. Final thoughts on the Colonel. Not super impressed, but I'm sure I will lose to that ship at some point, and it'll be very annoying.
And then you'll be impressed. You
I'll
have to be
certainly be
crushed to
impressed.
be impressed. Well, let's go on to Rexler Brath, who we kind of talked about a little earlier. He's an 8 pilot skill for 37 points. Now,
37 is a lot of points, man.
After you perform an attack that deals at least 1 damage card to the defender, you may spend a focus token to flip those cards face up. What do we think?
That could be really good.
Okay, so obviously these guys have the laser upgrade. That's very important. So heavy laser cannon is a thing on these guys.
It's a lot of points.
It feels like a new heavy laser cannon opportunity, I would say. Because that's, if you have that upgrade, you have to look at that slot, right? You have to be like, well, I need to put a laser on this guy.
You know.
Yes.
You know.
Tell me.
What you could also do is run like an ion cannon.
Yes.
And you basically sneak it in, ion cannon. They only take 1 damage, but then you can flip the ion cannon damage face up.
That is true. That is very true. If you have a focus. So that's all right. That's all right.
It's
interesting.
solid.
But overall, Rexler and Colonel Vessery, I think their abilities are good, but they also, the thing about pilot abilities is like, sometimes you need the pilot ability to either just be incredible, like Soontir, or you need it to open up some kind of options that you don't currently have, right? It's like, oh, this guy can do something like the E-Wing pilot Eton, like that. He does something for your whole force that is new and exciting. Both of these guys are kind of, they're solo dudes. They don't really want to share their abilities with anyone, and I don't feel like their abilities are foundationally amazing. But I mean, you look at Rexler, right? It's like, how often are you going to have a focus that's unspent that you then use to flip up a damage card that you wouldn't have rather just spent like a focus to get 2 more hits or like 1 more hit?
I think that's ultimately the problem. I could potentially see him with like a push to the limit, and you target lock focus, spend the target lock, have the focus left over. He doesn't stress to K turn, so you can take stress a lot more easily.
Yeah, from those kinds of things.
And that kind of thing. So it's interesting. I mean, the beefy stat line is awesome. The most impressive one here to me is the Delta Squadron Pilot, which is the cheapest. I don't know. That ability is not like lighting the world on fire for me.
Well, the Delta's certainly not.
Yeah, sure.
Here's what I think. Here's my prediction for Rexler, and I'm going to give it to you guys straight. I think, and watch, there's already a card like this out there that I just am unaware of. Something that that slips through shields. I don't know what we'd call it, like a sneak attack or
the damage from this
shield bore
goes straight through.
So it's basically like you roll, and if you get any amount of hits, you cancel all hits, and they just take 1 damage card, like through the shields and everything. And so then
I can see that happening.
Then I feel like Rexler is the jam. So if that card comes along, I'm going to be looking at Rexler a lot harder. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. But if not, yeah, he may be a little underwhelming. But then again, you're listening to us.
Who knows?
We're no champions of X-Wing, Zach. You might be. You're better than I am.
English.
I think I'll get there. Munitions Failsafe is a mod that comes with this guy. We got 5 upgrade cards coming in. Munitions Failsafe, standard issue. If you don't hit with your secondary weapon, your missiles that would normally be discarded are not discarded.
Seems alright.
It's very nice. Predator, when attacking, you may reroll 1 attack die. If the defender's pilot skill is 2 or lower, you may instead reroll up to 2 attack die. So a 3-cost elite talent upgrade, reroll an attack die, basically, is what it says to me. Which feels okay. It feels quite good, right?
Yeah, that's all right.
I mean, 3 points to reroll. Let's say you use it 4 times a game, 5 times a game. I mean, that's solid.
It seems to fit into a ship that doesn't typically target lock.
You know what ship it fits in to me? Yeah, you're right.
Because if you're target locking, you can't reroll twice. It gets kind of weird. So if you have a ship that, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's fine.
Perhaps something like a TIE Defender, maybe, would be good there.
It seems like it would work with that.
So we got the Predator. That seems solid. Just solid little upgrade. Outmaneuver, which you've seen before. When attacking a ship inside your firing arc, if you're not inside that ship's firing arc, reduce its agility by 1. I love that card. I think it's really solid.
Could be really good with the Defender because you don't have to stress for K turns.
that seems to be, if there's anything that I'm getting from this unboxing, from both myself and you, is that the Defender's number one asset is not stressing for a 4K turn, which is unbelievable. Like, you have to understand how significant this is. Yeah, I can't stop talking
being
about
able to focus your target lock after K turning is massive.
Let's talk about the ion cannon. We've never seen this before, have we?
This is actually also, the ability to equip an ion cannon is not super common out of Imperial, so I can like that too.
I mean, let's say you put some flechette torpedoes and ion cannon on this guy. Now he's kind of like a control-y, I'm going to stress you out and then I'm going to make you only move one. And
I also like ion cannon something to force him to move forward when you can K-turn for white, and then
You're telling me he has a white K-turn?
You know what? Surprise! Spoiler alert! He's got a white K-turn, and it's absurdly good.
Let's talk about the ion cannon. It's the 3 attack die, 1 to 3 range attack. Attack a ship. If it hits, the defender suffers 1 damage and receives 1 ion token, and then cancel all dice results.
Yep.
Fantastic. Ion has been being pushed a little bit more recently, and I think it's really good for the game that's happening.
Kind of went away. I mean, when we had Wave 1, just the Y-Wing.
Yeah, they go Y-Wing, take your board off the edge of the map.
It was
list.
A thing.
That's a fun list.
Speaking of ions.
Ion pulse missiles. We've seen this, guys, but let's look at it again. It's a 3 attack, 2 to 3 range, target lock discard type thing. And if it hits, the defender suffers 1 damage and receives 2 ion tokens. Then you cancel all dice results. It is a 3 cost upgrade.
See, now that's the thing. If you double ion a ship, that is
he can
super
do it
good.
For 3 points.
Yeah, he loves that. I could use Rexler with that, because they're gonna move boom boom, and you can just pop behind them and just light them on fire.
All right,
I can see that.
I'm convinced.
Hit me with the dial.
It's pretty good.
Does it have a white carry turn? Do you know?
I'll hit you with the dial. I'll tell you what it does have is a 1 turn. It's red, but it is a 1 hard turn.
Wouldn't be a TIE fighter if it couldn't turn.
It's all right. 1 bank. Both directions are white. It does not have a 1 forward, which you may expect from the TIE fighter. Also has a 2 turn in red, 2 bank in white, and 2 forward is green.
So it doesn't like turning, it just likes flipping.
It likes flipping around. 3 turn is white, 3 bank is white, 3 forward is green, 4 forward is green, 4 K turn is white.
Wait. The K turn is white?
5 ahead is green.
Yeah. So this ship likes to move. It moves far and it moves fast. When it does small turns, it stresses, but when it does big turns, it does not.
You can't really dogfight this guy one-on-one if he's doing 4Ks white and you're doing 3 or 4Ks red.
No, and he's got 3 shields, 3 health, 3 defense.
There's just no way to do it. So I feel like you want this guy, I want him with a heavy laser cannon or with some kind of range, like an ion cannon or something, and he's kind of just floating around out there. And he's helping the ships out, and he's controlling stuff. And then whenever they get close, he just K-turns back behind him and keeps going. Maybe K-turns white and then ion cannons him. And it's like, I know you're going forward. I'm on you now. I'm moving forward. 4 forward is green for me. It doesn't matter.
If you can get... The thing is, we've typically seen ion out of ships that have a tough time getting behind the other ships.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think this guy's going to have that problem.
No.
So...
Undoubtedly.
If he has ion, and I would prefer the cannon here, because...
What if you give him a cannon and the missiles?
You can definitely do that.
I mean, and then his first move, there's the engagement, then the 4K turn, and then he ion cannons a ship, and then next turn he ion pulses. And it's they're going to be floating forever.
Yeah, I like the ion pulse, hit him with 2 at range 3, so they don't get their extra dice from the attack. Go in close for a range 1 attack. They're still ioned.
Yeah, they are.
Then you 4K turn, because they're on their second turn of ioning. Now you're behind them, and now you just keep hitting them with ion.
Yeah, it's just an ion
now they're just going
for the rest
straight
of the
off
game.
the board.
Yeah, I love it. So maybe that's really the Defender's role, guys. We don't know. Maybe it's a control ship. Maybe it's meant to just kind of control the enemy movement. But it's a lot of points. So whatever you do with this ship, do it wisely and with great purpose, because you don't want to bring anything kind of half thought of here. The Defender's not the kind of ship that you can just
and that's why we have
throw
to,
on the board.
Going back, not even talking about the white K turn, which we could talk more about, but the raw stats on this ship are what make it expensive. It's not the pilot ability. I mean, when you look at Rexler as compared to the Colonel, it's 2 more points. Compared to Onyx, it's two or 3 more points. So it's not the abilities that are doing
not
this.
a big deal.
It's the movement dial and the stats, just the raw stats of the
It's
ship.
complete raw stat territory. I mean, it's just threes everywhere. So it's just a hard ship to deal with. It feels very much kind of like even a Falcon or a Slave One, the Fire Spray, not a Slave One. Sorry,
That's
it's not
fair.
always a Slave One.
The box says Slave One.
That's good. That's good. I have an out, but it feels like one of those kinds of ships. You know, it's beefy. It's got. It's pretty expensive. It can have some decent upgrades, and you know, you kind of. I don't know how it's not kind of the centerpiece of what you're doing in the game, right? Especially if you get to like 35, 37 points, throw on a few upgrades, you're looking at a 40 to 45 cost.
That's a
ship. That's like half your
chunk
force.
of your force.
So, but that still leaves you room for 72 TIE fighters. So that's ultimately just
dump a
fine.
box of TIE fighters on the board.
There you have it, guys. This is the TIE Defender. It's one of my favorite ships on the Imperial side, just for looks alone. And then I'm a big believer in raw stats, right? Min-max your stats. Don't worry about all the trickery. Just let raw probability win the game for you.
Math does work.
Math works, and the Defender has math in spades. So if you would like a Defender, we do have them for sale, which you can find on our web store or here in Tulsa if you want to stop by. And if you already have it, then let us know how you're using it and loving it, because I think it's a really fascinating ship. Not sure what role it's going to play in the Imperial forces just yet, but that is for you all to decide. So thank you for watching, and we will catch you on some more unboxings or X-Wing videos, or we'll see you at Gen Con or Worlds or at the store.
Who knows?
Who knows where we'll see you next, but
We'll
we
see
will.
you guys later.
Take care.